Hey, what's up, class? We are winding things down this year. One of the last things we're going to talk about is volume. And volume it's very easy. Okay, you'll have no problems with this. We're going to go over some basics of volume. In this video, I'm going to show you some sample problems that you can use to finish your assignments and your homework and your quiz that will probably be at the end of the week. Alright, so volume, it's pretty simple. The concept of volume is pretty much like the inside space of a 3D object, right? So if you had like a cube, right, and you were holding like a cube in your hand, and you looked inside of it, all that area in there is the volume. Or like if you had a cup, right? If you had this cup, all the insides of the cup would make up the volume. Alright, and we're going to talk about some simple volume stuff today. We're going to be using squares and rectangles and triangles and circles, and we're going to use circles when we talk about cylinders. Okay, and these are all 3D shapes. That's what makes volume unique. We're talking about 3D options, 3D dimensions. Okay, so let's start with the easiest ones first, and that is our squares and our rectangular prisms that we're going to be figuring out the volume for. Okay, so let's take a look at this. This is just a basic square prism, all right, or a cube, right? But this is actually a rectangular prism, all right? Because look, we have 3 going this way, and only 2 going this way, and 4 going this way. So of course it's not a square because they're all not the same size, right? Okay, so with area, remember we just did the length times the width, right? Or the width times the length, the base times the height, which is this times this, right? But with volume, there's 3 dimensions. You have length, and then look, the width goes this way, and the height goes this way. That's 3 things, right? So all you have to do is multiply to do a square prism or a rectangular prism. You just have to multiply this, all 3 things, to get the volume, okay? So let's say these are blocks. Let's say these are all in inches, all right? Inches. So you have length of 3 times the width, which is 2. Hope you can see this. 3 times 2. And the height, which is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. And since we said we were going to talk about inches, the answer is 24 inches. But remember when we did area, they were square inches and square feet? Well, because there's 3 dimensions, they call it cubic inches. And since there's 3, just remember 3 dimensions, there's a little 3 that goes right there for the exponent. So it's 24 cubic inches, 24 inches, okay? 24 cubic inches. But remember, it was easy how we got it. 3 times 2 times 4 equals 24. Okay? Pretty simple. Alright? Let's see, there was another sheet I wanted to show you. Okay, check this out. Alright, volume, like I taught, volume is the measure of space occupied by a solid. Okay, so look at this. I kind of wrote on here a little bit bigger because the writing was small. You had 2 this way, 3 this way, and 2 this way. So 2 times 3 times 2 equals 12. Look, 12 and 12. Okay? Alright, let's look at this one. It was 2 by 4, and look, it was 3 tall. 3 height, 4 wide, 2 long. 2 times 4 times 3. Look, 2 times 4 times 3 equals 24. So it's simple. When you have a square or a rectangle, you just take the three dimensions and times them together. It's really easy, okay? Alright, so let's go over some more easy stuff. Alright? So remember what we said. When it's a square or a rectangle, let's do a rectangular prism. Okay? I'm doing my best to draw it okay, but you're just going to have to deal with it not being the best drawing. Okay, so we have this prism, and let's say it is 5 inches wide, and we'll call it 3 inches long, and the height, remember it's 3 dimensions, so we have a 5 this way, a 3 this way, and how tall is it? Let's just say 6. Alright, so what is the volume of this rectangular prism? Just times everything together. 5 times 3 times 6. Oh no, I forgot what that is. Let's use our calculator. That's what I thought. 90. Okay. And but remember, it's 90 inches, and since it's 3 dimensions, you just say, put a little 3 right there. Okay? Alright, now let's talk about triangles real quick. So remember from earlier that a triangle was actually half of a rectangle, right? Remember we could draw the other half right here and make a rectangle? So remember when you did a rectangle, you just did length times width. But when you did triangle, you did half length times width, or base times height. Same idea with this thing. So a triangular prism is half of a rectangular prism. So let's look at this problem right here. Remember, it's half, okay? Try to make this a little bigger for you guys. All right. Let's look at this problem right here. Now, if this was a rectangle, like we just learned, wouldn't we just do 4 times 6 times 16? Yeah. But look, there's a triangle. This is a triangular prism, okay? So basically, we only have to take half of it. So that's one quick way to do it. Check this out. 4 times 6 times 16 is 384. But remember, we're only doing half of this. So we're going to divide it by 2. 384 divided by 2 is 192. And that's the answer. Okay? So, another way of doing this, and this is also a smart way of doing it, you're going to do the area of the base. In this case, the area of the base is a triangle. This is considered the base. So we're going to do the area of the triangle. Well, how do you do area of a triangle? Half base times height, right? So let's just do this little triangle. 1/2 times 4 times 6. And that equals 12. And once you get the area of this, then you're just going to times it by how long this is right here. By how long that is. And 12 times 16 is also 192. Okay? Let's try another one. Let's do this triangle right here. Okay? Alright. So we have a triangle. Check out this triangle. It has a base of 10 and a height of 5, right? So 1/2. So let's do the area of this guy first. 1/2 times 10 times 5 equals 25. So we did this part. Now that we've got this area, we're going to say 25, which was the area, times how long this is, 8. And that's 200. Okay? Now, another way to do it, remember, because it's a triangle, is to say, just times all three. 5 times 10. You could do it this way too. 5 times 10 times 8. Okay, that's 400. But remember, since it's a triangle, not a rectangle, we only want half of it. Divide it by 2, and you also get 200. So there's 2 ways to do it when it's a triangle. You can either times them all together and just divide it by 2 at the end, or you can find the area of this base right here, which we did right here. We did half, 10 times 5, whatever that is, times it by the length. You can do it either way, whatever way you think's easier. Practice both ways, okay? All right, and the last shape we're going to talk about are cylinders. Okay, let me get to the end of our assignment. All right, let's look at these cylinders. Okay. All right. So to do the area of a cylinder, here's what you're going to do. It's just this. It's the same way kind of we did the last one. B, capital B, means area of the base, and then we're going to do times the height. That's it. So look at this one. The base is a circle. This is a circle, right? There's the base. Here's the height. So we're going to times by 9. What's the base? Well, look, it told you in this one. It made it easy. 75 square centimeters. So 75 times 9 is 675. I'm looking down here for 675. Yeah. So it's 675. Okay? 675. Now, same with this one. Here's our base. It said the area of the base was 4.4. We're going to times it by the height of this, which is this long one right here, 3.5. 4.4 times 3.5 is 15.4. Easy. Now let's do a little bit of the harder ones though. On these problems, it does not tell you what the area of the base is. It just gives you the radius. So look, isn't this a circle? This is a circle, right? The bases are circles. We have to find the area. In this one, it already did the area for us. In this one, you have to find the area of this circle. All right. Now remember, area is pi r squared. Is this the radius? Remember, radius starts from the center and goes to the edge. Is that the radius? Yes. So it's 3.14 times 3 to the second power. 3.14 times 3 to the second power is 28.26. Now, that's how much this is. Remember, we have to take this, like we did up here. We took this and multiplied it by this. We're going to say 28.26 times 5. And that's 141.3. Okay? All right. These look like they all give you radiuses. Remember, if it gives you the diameter, if it goes all the way across, you only want half of it. Okay? You only want half of it. You're going to have to do this like on this problem right here. All right? So remember, when it's a rectangle or square, you just go the 3 dimensions, length, width, height, multiply them. Length times width times height. Okay? When it's a triangle, you can do the same thing. Length times width times height, but just get half of it, because half a triangle is half a rectangle, okay? And when it's a cylinder, we got to find the area of the circle first, and then times it by how long it is or how tall the whole cylinder is, okay? Just go over these, the problems I did. Do your best. If you have any questions, just ask me on our message board, okay? Bye, everybody.